I went to the concert, my stomach was upset. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I won't even say where it was. But he was just all over the place, jumping around, and wasn't he great? He was so passionate. It was just the worst thing I ever heard. So sometimes these audiences of ours just respond to this incredible stuff that I'm not a great fan of. But you're a little to the other extreme now, I think. It's a little too subtle. So the fortes and the difference is maybe not as much as I would like. They do it. I mean, they play. I mean, give a downbeat, they play by themselves. So the advantage to having a group that's as good is that we can fool around a little bit. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. All right. Just do what you did. It's really good. It's really good. But when you get to the big, start bigger at the beginning, and then make the dim take a little slower, and then make a little castle. If I were looking at you without hearing them, I'll know exactly what's going on. Okay. By the way, that's what I do when people send tapes into me, audition tapes for conducting. I put them on and I shut the sound off, just to see if I can tell what they're up to. What I find, not your case, I'm telling you that, what I find most of the time, a lot of time beaters, and who had just at beat time, you couldn't tell what piece they were conducting. So you want to make sure that what you do reflects what's in the music, which you do, but I want you to do it a little bigger now. Okay. Do more. I mean, here. I'm going to make it up a little bit. All right, here we go. Ready? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but get everybody excited at the beginning, and then when the dim comes, reduce, and then you can have some fun here. What you do it again. Bothers me. I don't think phrasing is right. I mean, we're not phrasing here, but it's ding bum bum ba bum bum bum. If anything, but you're doing bum 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 bum, and they're giving you a nice sits on the fourth bar. Doesn't work. So don't do that. Even or go to the third bar. Do the same thing, just so it just reinforces what they're going to do. They're not going to change, but they won't. What musicians won't do is tune out. you're beating along, and go da, 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 and you say, oh, there's something special. Oh, there's something special. What am I going to do? You know, it reminds me of a great Casals story, which I'll tell you because it's such a great story. We were doing, I used to play at the Casals Festival. This was back in the 70s. And he was alive, obviously. We were doing the Hebrides Overture. I'll make a very short version of a very long story. So we start the piece, you know, the violoncello. La, 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 and everyone plays. It's quite beautiful, right? And that was, so that's great, we'll do it that way. And then the next time was, and the next time was, next time was, the last time, that took 45 minutes. It was unbelievable. And of course, he was old, and then after that, he ran through the piece. That was it. Never said another word. So we used to all stay at the Caribbean Hilton, and there were guys from New York and Chicago and Cleveland all over, and it's, oh, he's old, he doesn't understand anymore, he doesn't, you know, he's over the hill. And I was the one exception. And I said, I thought it was the greatest rehearsal I've ever been to. And they said, why? I said, because in my part, I had a little trumpet part in the back, I thought to myself, da, 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 da. How should I play those notes? Should I play them in rhythm? Should I rush them? Should I put an accent? Should I put a tenuto? Should I put a rest? What should I do? You know, here I'm panicking about da, 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 da. And so what he did was, he made us all think, how are we going to play those notes? And wow, it gives me the chills just remembering what it was like. And every conductor has a different way. I used to play with Stokowski, and with Stokowski it was run through. He never rehearsed. He ran through. When the concert came, you knew how the piece went. You know, a lot of conductors, they talk so much like I am now, I apologize, and you don't know how the piece goes, you know, by the end. What's on the next page? You turn the page, oh God, I don't remember this, you know. So if you do that, getting back to this moment, they'll say, what am I supposed to do here? You know, something. They'll think of something. Very often, it'll be wonderful. I remember I used to have a class at Juilliard, a wind repertoire class, and we were doing the Hindemith Symphonic Metamorphoses, and it was doing all those little cadenzas for the flute, and I said to the flute and the oboe, I said, if you don't do anything, I'm going to tell you how to play every note. I will tell you exactly how to phrase it. If you do something, you're challenging me. And I'll say to myself, gee, that's interesting. Does it fit? Do I like it? Is it good? Is it bad? You know what I mean? So let's do it again. Now, when you get to that spot, so you're going to be big at the beginning. Don't let up until the diminuendo starts. Then you back away a little bit. Then what? It's fine. Doesn't matter. Then here, do something special. So big, exciting. Schwarz, and he played it beautifully, the guy, just great, tremendous. But it was subtle phrasing. The phrasing that I heard, and the first World War II will hear, but will everybody hear that phrasing? I don't think so. So just more expansive, all right? Very good. Let's do one. Do we have time for one? Yeah, we have time for another spot. Let's pick something else here. Let's do it from, if you look at this one, before letter C. So remember I said earlier, it's on the second, third page, see? Yeah. Here, exactly. You know exactly what I'm looking for. Here they need you, right? Up until that point they don't need you. But all of a sudden, there's enough going on there that could be problematic where they're going to need a little help, all right? So let's do it from, pick a spot that, we don't have bar numbers. Do we have bar numbers? No. Why don't we do, let's do letter B, it doesn't matter. Do letter B, okay? That's where we were. Well, you know what I'm looking for now. I'll tell you, I'll raise my hand, but I'll tell you where they, so you know what we're talking about. Now, I'm not sure what the clarinet phrase. Maybe, hold on a second, listen. What do you have? What's your score? Your score's better than mine. Where's yours? So the clarinet has dim, right? Maybe you should be more expressive. So the dim makes more music. Right now, it's, again, it also is a little solo. Sounds beautiful, though. So, let's do that again, okay? Yeah, good. It says for everybody else, there's sempre più piano, and then the bassoon has this beautiful line, right? I want you to bring it out more, and I want you to conduct the bassoon line at that moment, because everything else is going along just fine. All right, do one more time, same place. He didn't need